Well, hello there, my friends. My name's Kevin, and welcome to Kev's Vibe of the Day, where I frame up your day with a positive message for you to gnaw on, chew on, and go about your business. So let's get right to the cards. Again, we have a message that initially I felt like this was a mixed message, rather odd message, and the cards actually do work. I do my daily meditation. And I give thanks for whoever, whatever is to come. Um, and I think, particularly at this time, it is quite appropriate that these two cards should pop up on this Friday, the 27th of August 2021. So I'm going to talk about the two cards separately and then join my message with how does this apply to what's going on. So the first card, Ask and Receive. This card is really all about faith. It's all about your own personal belief that what you are putting forth in the world, what you're sitting and praying for, what you're meditating about, what you are hopeful for is actually and always has been answered. So even in these most treacherous of times, these most challenging of times, you may feel that you're up against it. You might feel, and I'm getting waves and waves and waves of goosebumps. So I know my angel guides are talking through me and with me. You may feel oppressed. You may feel pushed. You may feel shoved. You might even be listening to friends that don't necessarily agree with your point of view. As long as you yourself are to remain open, to remain steadfast, to remain secure, to remain in the feeling that you are protected no matter what. But there's also this idea that you pray from the space of gratitude, pray from the space of already receiving the safety, pray that you're already receiving the safety for your family and your loved ones. And of course, more importantly, I believe, at least for me, the three components that Kyle Gray so beautifully puts together, the cleanser, moisturize, and protect, where he takes in Archangel Michael and thanks for the protection and removing the ties that have bound him, us, all of us, to the people, the places, the situations, the stories, the drama, and the nonsense, and cutting those ties away. And just because we may be in the midst of the tumbleweed of life where there are so many different opinions and so many catastrophes that appear to be happening, it doesn't mean that we ourselves are being hurt or whatever you want to call it. Fear is the opposite end of the shelf of love. And when you give thanks for the love, thanks for the abundance, thanks for the blessings, thanks for the glory, thanks for the beauty, thanks for the comfort, thanks for the convenience, thanks for the companionship, thanks for the love, thanks for the light, thanks for all the things that perhaps in your past life, how you were before you went to sleep last night, perhaps that side of you that took it for granted, that just assumed it would always be there. Let that side go and be basking in the glory that you are here experiencing this, not because it's a punishment, not because you're supposed to be in the middle of this situation, but you're meant to survive it, move through it. But this is also a big, huge shout out to your ability to ask for the guidance and know that you're receiving it. Know that there's a power greater than you and me, equal to you and me, of you and me, that works through you and me, moving us forward. The second card confirms it. This composure card and its message comes forward as it has more than once in the last little while, to find the Zen-like space, to retreat to places that renew your spirit, that recharge your batteries, the peaceful places of mountains, lakes, rivers, streams, the forest, the earth, wide open spaces, lofty plains, wherever that opens itself to you, that you can be at one with the force of love and the force of light and the force of power that created you to begin with, and be in this space where you can witness, be compassionate, loving, kind, and gentle with what's happening, but not necessarily is this the time for you to lose your sense of strength and resolve. Keeping your composure, especially right now, as you hear and listen to people that are just upset, annoyed, frustrated, opinionated, polarized, divided, in their own disbelief, in their own cracking of the shell that they believe they've been in, this cocoon of safety is now being shaken. And for many, they're not really sure what to do. Those that have felt oppressed, marginalized, picked on, discriminated against, are rising up. They're finding their inner strength and power. And it's showing up in ways that are unfathomable. You know, it's interesting that we can be seen without really being seen. If you've ever taken the time to sit in a crowded place, maybe it's a party or the park or, I don't know, bus station, train station, anywhere in your life that you can bring to mind, a schoolyard where you've sat quietly in your resolve and you've watched those around you, those about you, other children playing when you were a child perhaps, or you sit across a room at a meeting, or you're watching the interactions of other people around you and you are an observer to it. You're not party of it. And you're seen without being seen. Of course, you're right there in person. Here you are in the corner, but they're not really seeing you because they're so busy in their own way of being, own way of thinking. So, to wrap up this message, you have asked for guidance. You've asked for the highest outcome, and it's been received, and it is coming to you. What I will say, like I said yesterday, this is not about being selfish. It's about being selfless. It is about you understanding that there is confidence, that there is gifts, that there is abundance, and always has been. I want you to get to the point of holding your composure when you feel like lashing out. You're going to hear, if you haven't already, people who are not happy, they're upset, they're annoyed, they're frustrated, what they believe, what they don't believe. And there might be a part of you that seems that this is a little ridiculous because, you know, that's not where you are. It may have been where you've been. It might have been what you hold on to at some point. But if you've liberated from these feelings, you're not there anymore. And you witness those that are. You can ask deeply and receive beautifully the glory that you may want to call source or God, the love that you might want to call source and God, the beauty that you may want to call source and God. And know that that is not separate from you, but that is part of you. This is your right. This is what you are deserving of. So asking It's giving thanks for something already occurred. Thank you for the peace. Thank you for the harmony. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the understanding. Thank you for showing me where my frustrations are. Thank you for removing these frustrations. Thank you for leading the way. Thank you for clearing the space. Thank you for being with me all day long, so that every decision I make, everywhere I go, I am being given the lessons from the contrast. That's staying in composure. When you stay in a sense of gratitude, when you stay in the sense of what you've received and about to receive, there's something in the Lord's Prayer, something about for what we are about to receive, may we be truly thankful. And I think that's a blessing for food. I know it was around when I was little. Um, um, they bless the food they were about to eat, and may they be truly thankful. Um, that kind of thing. But, this is very interesting to me because all my life I was raised, I suppose in general terms, Church of England, and was in the choir and went down to the parish church on Sundays, and I would listen, but not really hear. I would listen to all this, every week there was all this same thing. May the love of God, the light of God be with you always, now and forever. Amen. Those sort of little prayers. And I remember all of that growing up. And even in my teenage years when Pastor Mello and some friends invited me into their home for a youth group. And we were asked one night if we would like to bring the Saviour into our hearts. And I remember there was a big shift for me then. And something was different. Something seemed different afterwards. I think it may have been my not reconnection, because I do not personally handle half believe that any of us are disconnected. We can disconnect ourselves. We can disconnect ourselves from the source energy. Can pull that plug, but we're never really disconnected. It's always there, always running. It's quite astonishing that even those who feel that they are the complete opposite end of the love of source, the ability to reconnect to source is always there, always has been. The power that lives within us never goes away, or ever. You can find the most darkness of people, the ones that have got such challenging souls, that at some point or another, no matter what, in the depths of their despair, can turn around and ask for, whether it's forgiveness, understanding, compassion, love. And there it is, boom. Plug it back in. So for all of us right now, the message is really, you are part of something that's rumbling and tumbling and blowing in the breeze, but you're also part of something that is glorious and beautiful and blowing in the breeze. So it's a bit of a strange place to be. But those of us who are on our soul path, working forward towards a better way of being, better way of seeing, are perhaps now up against it a little bit, finding folks who are polarized with their opinions. I've had it. I work with people, and it's so interesting. I got quiet this week because it's been quiet. I haven't had a big influx of clients, and there has always been a river of doubt that has run underneath me when I think about, wow, I generate my own income. I am the caregiver of 6 phenomenal dogs who, and on, I care for a 1600 square foot home. I do its yard. I take care of the inside. And I mean, I'm talking a little bit about myself, but then there are two places I can sit with that. The one place I can sit with that is, oh my goodness, this is quite a lot. I've got goosebumps again. All the hairs are standing up my hands. Oh my goodness, this is a lot to take care of. I don't know if I could do it. I've got this and 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 this, and this is all that's coming in the door, and I've got to send all this out here. It's like the limiting consciousness, the consciousness that says the fear of no more, no more. What am I going to do? Oh my goodness, it's running out. We're running out. Oh my God, now that. Or I can sit with, look what I'm able to do. Look, and here's bigger goosebumps. So this is what I know. When you get these chills and these love bumps from love and spirit, it is guiding you in the right direction. This is the guidance that comes forward. This is the love that expands. Grateful, thankful that I get to do what I get to do. This. Grateful and thankful that I have the time and the space in the physical day to learn, to study, to read, to reflect, to connect. Grateful that I have the strength and the power to push a lawnmower, to spend time in nature, to listen to the birds outside when I'm getting ready to feed them, to watch the dogs as they pull the branches into the house and make my kitchen full of mulch. These are the things that I would have been so annoyed by and frustrated by and go have a fit about. But now I look at them and say, wow, I've done this. I've accomplished this. I did this with the help of something greater than me, with the assistance of, whether you want to call them angels, guides, spirits, loved ones on the other side. So the asking and receiving is just that. Somehow, some way, you want this. Somehow, some way, you've said, you help me with this. Thank you for helping with it. I'm grateful for this. And more of it will come. More of it will be on the way. You can't really pray. Well, you can, I suppose. Prayer, asking and receiving. The quickest way to manifest anything is with a grateful heart. Fastest way. On the way, here it goes. And then there's this tumble of, oh my goodness, I asked, yep, here it comes. Then you're in it. Then you know you're in it. Then you know that you are connected to the divine that is keeping it going. You're part of it. You get it. You understand it. Because the miracles are just right there. So in today's message, it might seem on a physical level that we are in the midst of what some might describe as an apocalypse. And it's daunting, yes. And it's unfathomable, yes. I don't know who chose that. However, just like anything else, if any of you have ever been through a hurricane, there's a point with which these bands come through and it's rocking and rolling and going crazy, and then there's nothing but peace and calm in the middle of the storm. Right in the middle, the eye of that hurricane, it is peace and calm, and everything's going like this around it. And then the other side of it rocks and rolls and goes again. It is during the peace and the calm, this, that we've got it. Take a breath. All we can really control is what happens right now. And the start of every single day is a brand new day. We turn the page, it's different dates. We move forward with different attitude. Wherever possible, I don't know how for you. For me, it is being in that moment and trusting that if you clear the energetic space around you by saying, thank you for clearing the energetic space around me, and that's to do with Archangel Metatron and the Thronins, the angels of transformation, the angels of getting us from A to B safely. You want to call them spiritual taxi drivers, off you go. But that's the part that does that transforming. Then, there's the angels of the animals, Archangel Ariel. The Archangel of healing is Raphael. All of these wonderful angels that once we tap into their energies, once we tap into their ability, we put them to work. And this is the purpose. This is the absolute purpose of asking and receiving, but being grateful for it all. Because that's how it gets returned. Think about how all the good deeds you do unselfishly, unconditionally, all the ways you help other people, unquestionably, unconditionally, all the ways you show up, not show off, you show up. It isn't about our things, it isn't about it isn't about any of that. Spirit doesn't matter whether you're on a bicycle or in a car. Doesn't really see the difference between a Rolls Royce or, a Mini. It's all the same. It's got an engine, 4 wheels, and it moves along. It gets you from A to B. It's what the ego, what people have made all this stuff mean. What are they making it mean? Now, if you feel like, this would be nicer, more appropriate, I'd like this better, this works more, this has got a solid reputation, this company's built on really good foundation, and so they deserve to have, a little bit more cash for their stuff because it's a better brand, not better than somebody else, it's just got a better solid foundation. I'm just using these as euphemisms. I'm not telling you that one over the other. I don't believe that one is better. Well, let's see. Some things are stronger than others. Some things last longer than others. Some things are not better built. They're just, I don't know what I want to say, because I don't like this word better. It's weird how when you go and look at reviews for things, when you're purchasing stuff, there's good, better, best. According to who? That's what I love learning about. According to who? If it's functional and it gets you what you need for right now, but then you don't need it after you've used it, well, okay, fine. I'm not a big component of disposable, throwaway. I'm getting to the point where, Mother Earth is having a bit of a fit about all the waste. Taking care of it quite beautifully, teaching people how to turn it into landfills and recycle it and replenish it. But this is all part of what we're moving towards. Been going on for decades. Been going on since I was probably a little boy. All of this, recycling, replenishing, everything getting more and more efficient. Not so much waste. That's been going on for a long time. All right, my friends, let's read from our book, and then we'll do a meditation. Let your storms subside. This is quite ironic. Watch the pounding surf. Watch the waves up against the shore. Their beginnings somewhere far out to sea. Their beginnings in a storm we might never see. Know your oneness with those waves, with the water of the seas. Your emotions are like the surf. Sometimes they pound gently, sometimes fiercely. Sometimes the colour is blue, sometimes grey. They may be the result of a storm. Sometimes a squall far away. Let them pound. Let them pass through. Let them subside. Let them turn into the next wave. Each emotion is connected to a belief embedded in your soul. I am abandoned, I am deserted, I am separated from God and love. But you are not your emotions. Your emotions don't control your life, no matter how fierce, no matter how strong, no matter how relentless, no matter how many times or how overwhelming they are. Let the emotions pass through. Feel all you need to feel. Say all you need to say to let the storm subside. Then pause, wait, rest. Let your body regroup and heal. You will have grown. You will have changed. You will be on your way to learning something new. And the prayer that would go to that would be, thank you for teaching me something new. Thank you for showing me a brand new view out of what seems to be a troubled window. Thank you for letting the sun shine during a cloudy day. Thank you for bringing me the hope of things to come. And here I wrote something this morning, well, not actually this morning, a couple of days ago. It says, I am the most blessed human on earth. I am the most blessed human on earth. Even in these times where we feel like the ravishes of mankind are affecting us, there would be a human fear that somehow, some way, something terrible is going to happen. That's a perception. That is not a reality. That is not the truth. Right now, as you stand in your power, and it doesn't matter if you're in your slippers and your dressing gown with wobbly hair. Right now, if you sit and stand, or wherever you are, in your power, the power that put you here to begin with. Whoops, the camera's wobbling, sorry. You have the ability to seek and see the truth. What is really going on? House is okay. Air conditioning is working. If it isn't, call somebody. But the perception that somehow everything is going to be whatever, that's what the reception will be. That's what the energetic channel will be. That's what the attraction will be. You see where I'm going with that? What are you wanting to attract to yourself? It does take a shift in the belief that what we're perceiving becomes what we're receiving. And it is a little naughty for someone who's receiving what they've been perceiving. You know, I can't, my goodness, they're on the receiving end of resistance, on the receiving end of nothing good is happening, on the receiving end of, oh my goodness, and we're watching it, we're seeing it. You know those people. Don't judge them, observe them. Don't judge them, observe them. There is a lesson, there's an example of everything we're supposed to see for a reason we're meant to see it. And even temporarily, we may experience some of that so that we can see it. And if we're still not listening, once we've seen it in others and actually had a little whiff of it ourselves, if we're still not seeing it, there's a bit more of a whiff. Hang on a minute here. You didn't listen the first time. Here we go again. When you get to that point where you've cycled back around and you're saying, oh, gracious, here I go again. There's a pattern here. I've got to change it. There, right there, you learned from the contrast of what the perception was, became what you received and what you got. Then you get to perceive something else. So there's the change, right? This is what we're used to. The path of resistance. No, all that. To shift over here, which we don't know, but that feels kind of good. And we're doing this. We're like, oh, hang on. We do this a bit, wobble back and forth. And then a little bit more of, and eventually this little road, soul path, the soul path, where we line up. We line up with it all. We say, oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, great. Oh, yeah. then it becomes a little more. Then people look forward to seeing us. Then people say, thank goodness you're here. I feel so much better now. Oh, great. Thank you. I needed to hear that. That's when you know you're lined up, switched on. The purpose is to be in the observation of everything. That's how meditation works, which is what we're going to do right now. Feet flat on the floor, eyes down. Be nice and comfortable. What I want to do, and it's a basic meditation, you know, I've played with these ideas of putting music up underneath it. First of all, I'm not a musician yet. I say that because it feels like, well, we can do that for you. We can arrange for you to have an electronic keyboard. Trust me, if I'm saying it now in August, by December it might be happening. Who knows? Anyway, meditation brings us to connection with Source. What creates us? Our soul path connection is that. It is the place which we clear out the other stuff, detach from it, and get directly to the source that is asking for direction. We're part of asking and we're part of receiving. That's the channel. It's hard to get to the channel when we're attached and in and stuck and glued to. So, first part of meditation, find the space. Put time on your clock. Turn off the distractions. Next part, settle in. And settling in is simple. Comfortable seat with a spine tall and long. The third part, drop your eyes down. Take your consciousness, your focus inward into the very middle of who you are and what you are at the very base level of your existence, right in here. Place your fingertips in the middle there, the breastbone, if you will, slightly middle to the, slightly to the right of the heart muscle, right sort of, there's like a lower rib bones that are down underneath, like these lower rib bones that right down, so up a bit further, right along, I would say, I don't know, for men it would be 2 or 3 inches below the nipples, right along that you can feel that the rib cage right there in the middle, sternum I think they call it. And then you just get your spine long. Let your hands be relaxed. Turn on the deepest breath you can find and follow that breath in. And that breath out. In through your nose. Out through your nose or your mouth. And you hear inside there's a little rushing. With your eyes closed down, you're actually seeing through the center of your forehead. As if you have, and you do have, they call it the third eye center. It is actually one of the chakras. The color is violet. It's part of the violet flame energy. Part of the connection to Saint Germain. Also part of the connection to Archangel Metatron. And from there, you feel the energy of an opening Around the crown of your head, that soft part. Crown of your head is right where a crown would sit if it was placed upon your head. It's where in images we see the angels that have the halo, that is their crown. Because you are not an angel, you have angelic qualities, and you have this halo that sits light above your head. That is your soul star chakra. It's glowing with a golden light. Above the soul star chakra is the stellar gateway, and the stalactic gateway of energy is a larger ring of stars. It can even form the shape and the image of a star. In biblical terms, it was the stellar gateway and the star of source energy that guided the three wise men to where the Holy Mother Mary many times explorers of our time and our land have looked up toward the stars and been guided that these planetary illuminations form patterns, and their energy is just as important as ours. And from these stars, and the one star beyond it, that we call source energy, God, universe, that creates and feeds all of it, is constantly connected to us, you and me and us. Draw down that energy, draw down that light. Thank you for source energy, for illuminating your light where it's always been. Thank you for glowing your light of protection, your light of love, and sending your archangels of healing and protection to surround me and others on earth. I'm grateful for being with you, for seeing you. I welcome your energy as you recharge me, replenish me, rebalance my alignment to the higher purpose possible. Now draw that light down around you. Draw that light down within you. Draw that light through you. Become the vessel. Let all this light travel down through your whole body. And into this light, there's gratitude for all of it. For what you have received and what you are about to receive, may you be truly grateful. May you be the most blessed human on the planet. And as your light shines down, as the glory known as you, the glorious extension from source energy, moves down through the soles of your feet into the love, the heart, the bosom of the Mother Earth. And thank you, Mother Earth, for giving me a place to live, a place to breathe, for presenting the miracle of gravity that keeps me grounded, held, and the freedom to walk upon your surface, to bathe within your waters, to breathe within your air, to experience love within your spaces. The Mother Earth holds the roots from which the food is grown. The Mother Earth connects with the planet of the sun to warm the earth, to energize every single being upon it, to nurture and replenish and nourish everything and everyone. Equally, without conditions. I invite you now to sit and breathe. Pour the light of Source down and in. Love of Earth up and through. You can push pause on the video and keep breathing in, renewing, replenishing, realigning. When you feel complete, bring your hands to heart center. Honor yourself. Honor the glory and the gifts that you bring to the world. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and let's honor everyone on the planet as we bow and say namaste. Oh, got something in my eye. Thank you for that. Listen, go have a glorious Friday. Contemplate, observe. Yeah, lots of love. I wish you well. Until next time. Bye.